Hello everyone, it's me Amna and welcome to Amna's Learning Hub. I hope you all are fine and finding my videos helpful and following my videos. So we started a series of CAI's chemistry, which is 5070, and we were following the sequence of the topics which were given in the curriculum of O levels. So we were on chapter number 1, which was states of matter, and we completed that. After completing that topic, we are on chapter number 2, topic number 2 according to the syllabus, which is elements, mixture and compound. This is the basic of chemistry. If no matter if you are in grade 6 or in 7, grade 10, 11, whatever the grade is, if you will have any idea about these basics, so it will be very easy for you to understand the science of chemistry. So let's start this. First of all, if we talk about elements, so we know that we have a lot of elements around us, like we have iron, we have copper, we have gold, we have so many elements around us. We have mercury, we have different gases, we have different solids, we have different liquids. So all of these are known as elements. So element, if you want to understand what element is, so basically element is the substance which is undividable. Anything which cannot be break down into its into another thing is known as an element. So element is basically any substance which is not divided by any chemical process. This is called element. For example, a substance, I'm writing it, a substance which does not break or decompose by any chemical method. It can be chemical method or it can be physical method. So basically elements are the substances which does not break or decompose by any chemical method or any physical method. So if I'm giving you the examples of elements, so we have hydrogen gas, we have oxygen gas, we have sodium metal, we have magnesium, we have iron. Iron is represented by Fe. We have gold. So all of these are examples of elements. So now I hope elements are clear to all of you. Element is a substance which does not break or decompose by any chemical or physical method, and I've given you so many examples. So let's deep dive in this topic. Initially, scientists were thinking that elements are something with whatever they discovered. Initially, they discovered 63 elements and they tried to arrange them, and then with the passage of time, the discovery of elements increased, and later on, they also started making elements. So at this time, right now, we have 118 elements in total. We have 118 elements, and these elements are arranged in an arrangement which is known as periodic table. Well, periodic table is a separate chapter in which we are going to study it in detail. So here just I'm telling you, we have 118 elements, and all those 118 elements are arranged in a tabular form, and that is known as periodic table. So if I further describe about elements, out of these 118, these are total 118 elements. Out of these 118, 92 are naturally occurring, and rest of the elements are man-made. So out of these 92 elements are naturally occurring, and those 92 elements are further divided on the basis of the states into solids, liquids and gases. So out of 92 elements, we have different elements which are in solid state, then we have liquid elements, and then we have gases. Now, we have total 2 liquid elements in our periodic table, and those 2 liquid elements are Hg, which is the symbol of mercury, and we have bromine, which is in halogens. Don't confuse yourself with these words like halogens, like how Hg is mercury. So I will explain you everything. So we have 2 liquids. One is mercury. I will write it down as well. And other one is bromine. Then if I talk about gases, so we have 9 gases in periodic table, out of which we have noble gases, out of which we have hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen, and all of the noble gases. So we have total 9 gases, and we have 2 liquids, and rest of the elements are in solid state. I'm talking about these 92 naturally occurring elements. I'm not telling you about man-made elements. So out of these 92, we have 2 liquids, we have 9 gases, and we have rest of the elements are solid. Now, next question that must come in your mind is, if I am saying iron, why I am writing it Fe? If I am saying mercury, so why I am writing it Hg? And if I am saying gold, so I am writing it as a Au. Why the names and symbols are different from each other? So there is also a concept and a science between in these two things, and that thing is, we have different names of elements, and names can be of any language. It can be Latin, it can be English, it can be any other language, Greek you can say, and then after every name we gave them symbols, and we represent the elements with symbols, right? So that is why we have mercury, its name, and we have Hg, its symbol. We have Fe, we have iron, its name, and we have Fe, its symbol, because in Latin it is known as ferrous. So this is how symbols and names of elements are different from each other. I hope till now it is clear to you. We started that elements are the substances which does not break or decompose into by any chemical or physical method. After that, I told you that we have total 118 elements. All of the elements are in tabular form, they are arranged, and that tabular form is known as periodic table. Out of 118 elements, 92 are naturally occurring elements, and those naturally occurring elements has 3 states: solids, liquids, and gases. Liquids are 2 in periodic table, total 2 liquids in periodic table. Then gases, we have 9 gases in periodic table, and rest of the elements are solids. With these 3 words, the thing that must come in your mind is the sequence of atoms and the movement of atoms, and the whole concept of kinetic particle theory and whatever we studied in states of matter. So if you prepare your topics like this, if you interrelate the topics, it will make it way easier for you to understand it, and way easier for you to attempt questions that will come in your paper, because all you need in your paper is to interlink the questions and interlink the answers and the concepts that you studied in your whole concept or whole book. Okay, next, few more things about elements. After discussing all of those things, now we are going to classify the elements. After studying anything, we must classify them, that how we categorize elements, how we categorize or how we organize anything. So now we are going to study about classification. So we have 3 classifications. One classification is on the base of states. Then we have classification on the base of nature, and then we have another classification on the basis of arrangement in periodic table. So first of all, if I talk about states, so I just explained you elements have 3 states, and those states are solids, liquids and gases. I have explained you. I have told you how many liquids, how many gases and how many solids. Next classification, which is on the basis of nature of element. So if I talk about nature, so we have metals, we have metalloids, and we have non-metals. And then arrangement in periodic table. So these nature and arrangement of periodic table are interlinked, because again I am going to explain you these 3 things and their arrangement in periodic table. We have metals, metalloids and non-metals. And if I talk about arrangement in periodic table, so on the right side, no, I will explain you like this. For example, this is a table. On the right side of the table, we have non-metals. On the left side of periodic table, we have metals, and in the center we have metalloids. Metalloids means anything which has property of both metals and non-metals. So this is how we classify the elements. So if I talk about metals, so usually the characteristics of metals are they are very good conductor of heat and electricity. They have free electrons in them, they have good structure, strong structure, they are usually in the state of solids. Then I talk about non-elements, so they are poor conductors of heat and electricity, they are insulators. So metals are conductors and non-metals are insulators. And metalloids, as they are in between, so they will have characteristics of metals as well and non-metals as well. They will behave as a conductor as well as an insulator. I hope this classification is also clear to all of you. If you have any question, just pause the video and write your question right away in the comment section or message me on Instagram or any way.